Become unstoppable or stay average. There comes a moment, quiet, invisible to the world, where a man must choose obscurity or greatness. Not with fanfare, not with applause, but in the solitude of his own mind. That's where battles are truly fought, where legacies are born or forgotten. Most people will never feel that moment. They're too distracted, too comfortable, too obedient to their excuses. They don't realize that mediocrity is not a condition, it's a decision. A silent pact made with fear. A surrender to doubt disguised as being realistic. But you were never built to be average. Average is the slow poison. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It tells you to sleep a little longer, to try tomorrow, to take the easier road. It shows you the comfort of the couch, not the cost of inaction. And before you know it, years have passed, and your potential is still locked inside you, screaming for release. Greatness doesn't whisper, it roars, but only if you dare to listen. Think of the giants. Edison, who failed 10,000 times before he birthed light. Carnegie, who began in poverty but saw an empire in his imagination. Disney, who was told he lacked creativity, until he built a world that never stopped dreaming. They weren't born unstoppable, they became it. They did not inherit magic. They manufactured belief. They did not wait for permission. They decided they were enough, before the world ever agreed. It starts there. The mind. Your internal empire. If you cannot rule there, you will never rule anywhere else. Your mind is your kingdom. Guard it like a fortress. Feed it like a champion. Challenge it like a warrior. Because whatever you allow to live in your mind will one day live in your life. Belief is not a luxury. It's oxygen for the dreamer. And yet most people breathe in doubt every morning and wonder why their fire won't burn. To become unstoppable, you must see yourself differently. Not as a product of your circumstances, but as the architect of your future. Not as a victim of your past, but as the commander of your destiny. Your belief must be so irrational it terrifies the average. You must be so sold on your vision that logic bends to your will. The Wright brothers didn't wait for the world to agree flight was possible. They flew until it had no choice but to believe. When your vision is clear, excuses disappear. So define it. What does your empire look like? Not in vague hopes or abstract goals, but in vivid, unshakable detail. Write it down, speak it aloud, burn it into your identity. Clarity is the first step to domination. You cannot conquer what you cannot see. And once you see it, act like it's already yours. Walk like a king whose crown is invisible but inevitable. Think like a general already on the battlefield. Move like a ghost, silent, strategic, and unstoppable. Discipline is the bridge between the life you have and the life you were meant for. And discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't wait for motivation. It obeys a higher law, decision. You don't rise when you feel like it. You rise because you said you would. You train because the throne demands it. You study because ignorance is a luxury you can't afford. Discipline is the daily choice to become your future self, today. And every day, the world will ask you to choose. Average or unstoppable. Average skips the workout. Average hits snooze. Average scrolls through the lives of others instead of building their own. But unstoppable rises before the sun. Not because it's easy, but because the mission is worth the sacrifice. Unstoppable isn't loud. It's not flashy. It doesn't boast. It builds. It bleeds. It believes. Most people wait to feel ready. Unstoppable people move ready or not. They don't need applause to act. They don't need certainty to begin. They don't ask the world for permission to shine. They burn so brightly. The world can't ignore them. Action is the ultimate truth. What you do reveals what you really believe. You say you want success? Show me your habits. You say you want freedom? Show me your focus. You say you're hungry for greatness? Then stop tasting mediocrity and starve your distractions. Greatness demands obsession. Lincoln wasn't lucky. He was relentless. His failures would have buried the average. But the fire inside him refused to go out. He didn't fight for applause. He fought for purpose. That's the secret. You don't become unstoppable for success alone. You do it for something bigger. Purpose is the fire that never sleeps. It pulls you through pain. It gives meaning to the grind. Without purpose, success is empty. With it, every step becomes sacred. You begin to see your work as worship. Your discipline as devotion. Your vision as service. You are not here to compete. You are here to conquer. And conquering begins within. Kill the excuses. Bury the doubt. Declare war on the version of you that settles. You were not sent here to blend in. You were born to break cycles. To rewrite history. To turn your last name into a legacy. And legacy is not built in comfort. It is forged in fire. You will bleed. You will cry. You will doubt yourself in the dark. And the world will not clap for you. Not at first. It will mock you, ignore you, resist you. Let it. Because in the shadows, you sharpen your sword. In the silence, you build your strength. The throne is not handed to the loudest. It is earned by the most relentless. Pain is not the enemy. Comfort is. Pain will push you, mold you, teach you. Comfort will seduce you, lull you to sleep, and chain you to a life that never lived up to your name. Most men fear failure. The unstoppable one fears regret. You must want the dream so deeply that failure becomes irrelevant, that each setback is simply another rep, another scar carved into your armor, another chapter in the legend you are becoming. The greats are not fearless. They are simply more loyal to their mission than to their emotions. Your mind will scream, "It's too hard. It's not worth it. You're not enough." And that is the moment of truth. Because that voice, that's not your enemy. That's your invitation. That's the door. Walk through it. The average man hears that voice and turns back. The unstoppable man hears it and steps forward anyway, with fire in his lungs and steel in his spine. And here's the secret they won't tell you. You don't need to be the smartest, or the fastest, or the most gifted. You just need to be the last one standing. Persistence beats talent. Discipline outlasts genius. And belief, irrational, unbreakable belief, conquers everything. There will be days when nothing makes sense. When you feel alone, misunderstood, ridiculed. Good. Because every king walks through darkness before he wears the crown. Every storm you survive becomes a weapon. Every doubt you silence becomes a pillar. You will build your empire not with applause, but with grit. With grace. With a level of hunger that makes mediocrity tremble. And one day, the same world that doubted you will call you unstoppable. Not because you said it, but because you became it. So now the choice is yours. Stay average and keep your excuses. Keep your comfort, keep your limits, or become unstoppable and pay the price that greatness demands. No one will make that choice for you. Not your family, not your friends, not even your heroes. The crown sits on the table. The mirror is watching. The clock is ticking. What you do next will echo forever. And if you're still listening, still breathing, still burning, then deep down, you know, you were not born to play small. You were not designed for average air. You were carved by something higher. Something ancient. A purpose that existed before you ever took your first breath. Inside you is a king. Not a king of people, a king of self. A man who doesn't bow to circumstance. Who doesn't fold under pressure. A man who doesn't need validation because his vision is the validation. But kings are not born in palaces. They're born in the dirt. In the grind. In the 1,000 days no one sees when you show up. When you fail forward. When you whisper to your future self, "I'm coming for you." Because becoming unstoppable isn't a moment. It's a movement, a way of life. It's waking up with war in your eyes and discipline in your bones. It's saying no to the temporary, for the sake of the eternal. It's refusing to let your past define your pace. You are not your trauma. You are not your history. You are not the opinions of those too afraid to dream. You are who you decide to become. And when you decide, really decide, the universe steps back. It watches. It tests you. It throws storms, betrayals, delays, not to stop you, but to confirm you. You don't become legendary by being liked. You become legendary by being loyal to the mission. You become legendary when you walk alone and smile anyway. Because the path to greatness is narrow. And most will never take it. They'll choose comfort over calling, pleasure over power, laziness over legacy. But you're different. You'd rather die chasing your dream than live kneeling to fear. You'd rather fail publicly than rot privately. You'd rather be exhausted from progress than well rested in regret. That's why you're dangerous. Because the world can't manipulate a man who doesn't fear losing. The world can't slow down a man who's already running toward the fire. You've been asleep too long. Now you rise. You rise with a new code. A code that says, "I don't wait, I create. I don't hope, I hunt. I don't wish, I work." Every day becomes your proving ground. Every breath, a reminder. You still have time. But not forever. The window will not stay open. The dream will not wait. So chase it until your lungs collapse. Until your soul expands. Until your heart beats not with fear, but with fire. Don't just chase success, command it. Don't just dream, dominate. Don't just talk, take. Become the storm. Become the fire. Become the name that makes mediocrity tremble. Not because it's easy, not because it's popular, but because deep inside, you know, you were born for this. This is your moment. This is the line. On one side, average. Excuses. Almost. On the other, legacy. Power. Unstoppable. So what will it be? Then let this be your vow. Right here, right now. Before the world. Before your fears. Before the parts of you still doubting. Swear it. You will never go back to average. Not after this. Not after you've seen who you can become. Not after you've tasted what it feels like to move like destiny is watching. You are not here to pass time. You are here to rewrite it. Not here to fit in. You are here to break the frame. You are the echo of warriors. The breath of kings. The heartbeat of legends waiting to be born through your grind. So rise like the sun no cloud can dim. Walk like the storm no hand can stop. Speak like fire. Think like a king. Move like a ghost. And when history looks back, it will not remember the man who waited. It will remember the one who decided. Who chose discipline over distraction. Vision over comfort. Courage over compromise. Who stared down fate and whispered, I was built for more. Now go. Break limits. Burn excuses. Bend reality. Become unstoppable or stay average. But never both.